And obviously a close-up inspection, we can see it's there because they've chopped the trees down to put up some power lines. Right, the town should be quite close to here, I think. Indeed, there it is. Again, taking a bit of a risk here, going on top of the hill. But it does give a better view. Want to see if there's any enterable buildings. That looks like it's possibly an enterable barn. I don't think I've got close enough for the zombies to spawn yet. There's a church, but it's one of the unenterable churches, so that ain't much use. Anyways, I don't want to stay here for too long. The zombies will spawn when I get a little bit closer. So it doesn't really make much difference what that zombie count is up in the top right hand corner, because I mean that normally gives you a good indication of how many players are on the server sometimes, depending on what type of players are on the server. If you've got a lot of players who know it's not good to go into towns unless you need to, then you'll not get many zombies spawning, because the zombies only spawn when the players get so close to the buildings that the zombies spawn around. And that's obviously so there isn't always, you know, 10,000 zombies swarming the map at the same time, which your computer has to work out. There's a hopper there coming this way by the looks of it. Don't run. If you're wondering why I sometimes run, it's because I do use my Xbox pad for Windows to play this game. I love how you can use the analog sticks to dictate how fast you walk and stuff, but it can be a bit fiddly sometimes, especially when, you know, things are a bit nerve-wracking, because you can accidentally push forward on the stick a bit too hard and start running when you don't mean to. And if you accidentally double push forward on the stick, oh shit, we've got dead bodies. Like I was saying, if you accidentally push forward twice or whatever, then you'll automatically stand up and start sprinting, which is definitely a bad thing. There's nothing in here. Don't want to stay there for too long when there's dead zombies just outside of it. It's not something I want to see coming into town. Right, I think that's the road I want to be heading, following even. Yep, to the west, when I get out of here. I'm in here now, so I do want to try and loot a couple of buildings. Oh shit, stop running, man. If I can't. Doesn't look like there's much I need in there. I'll get round this fence. I can get through that fence there as well, that's good news. I don't know if there's any more enterable buildings in this town. I guess we'll sharp find out. It's really nerve-wracking, this. Half the time you're certain that the noise the zombies are making means that they've spotted you. But you've just got to hold your nerve and just keep on slowly edging forward and hope that they haven't. I don't want to go that way. Oh, I'm stuck in a corner now. Is that hopper coming this way or what? coming close. Nerve-wracking stuff, man. A lot of zombies to pick your way through when you're by yourself. I do love the tactic of when you're in a team where you can just sprint past loads of zombies to the nearest or next enterable building, take out the zombies that were following you, do your looting, move on to the next building. Obviously, like I say, when you're in a group, that is a lot easier because you can share the workload, if you know what I mean. You know, I wouldn't have to use as many bullets myself because I would only be shooting like a quarter of the zombies or a fifth of the zombies or a sixth of the zombies, depending on how many people are in the team. Whereas obviously when you're by yourself, you can attract just as many zombies, but you've got to shoot every single one yourself. Which normally means attract a big enough horde when you're by yourself. You know, you're generally dead. Even if you're not dead straight away, you'll be dead in the short term because you'll be out of bullets. Got a nice big building here. And then the next time you come across zombies that you aggro, what are you going to shoot them with? Obviously that doesn't apply if you're good at looting and you've previously been good at getting past zombies and you've got some good equipment. But if you did have that, then you wouldn't have been playing like that in the first place. Quietly making my way up to this big cattle shed or whatever it is. We'll get in here, we'll check for loot, and then I think we're still heading west, are we? Yeah, we're still heading west. I think we need to follow this dirt track. Once I've looted this building, I might have a lie down, pause, and have a look at the map just to confirm which way I need to go. Nothing I need in here. Oh yes, 1911. That's what I like to see. The yellow and green box. Lovely. Yeah, I'm going to drop those road flares. I don't know why I'm still carrying them. Zombies are close. Slowly walk to the top of this building. Leave via the entrance at the top here. That little broken red chain link you can see on the screen means that my connection's not as good as what it should be, but not bad enough to kick us off the game yet. If you get the full link and it stays on there for too long, that can be a bad sign. That can mean that you may be getting kicked very soon for a high ping or whatever. Normally means that there's no communication between the server and your PC, but it's gone now. Good stuff. Alright, let's get back up to these trees. Should be able to risk running. Remember, we are still crouched while we're running, as you can see. Make a lot less noise, sorry, than what you do if you're standing up sprinting fully. You don't really ever want to be doing that unless it's tactical or absolutely necessary. get this compass up. That's north. I want to be heading west, I'm sure I do. Anyways, I'm going to lie down here, have a quick pause, and have a check where I am. Back in 2 seconds, guys. Right, so I want to be heading roughly in that direction. There should be a small hill in front of us. I want to go around the left hand side of that. I do believe it's this here. That should connect me back up with the main road on the other side. At which point I'm near the next town. I've already forgot the name of it. I was too busy concentrating on the route I needed to take. I think it's Pavlova or something. But anyways, I think once I'm in there, I'll try and loot the enterable buildings in that town, if possible. Start heading north. And once I get into the tree line, a good bit away from town, I want to stop recording and then carry on to the rendezvous point to meet the guys. And then from then, this should be back to a bit more of a multiplayer. And we'll see, we might even get a few single player sessions back in as well, back into the mix. Obviously you can only have one character unless you buy the game more than once. So if I do any more single player, lone wolf style as I've done here, it will be with a character that I use with the other bunch of guys. And obviously if I died when I was off doing single player, I would have to start again to go and meet back up with them as well. But that's not really much of a problem. I wouldn't mind doing that, to be honest, if I had to. I don't want to do it anyway. I don't want to do it, but you know what I mean. Right, I think if I keep heading in this direction around this hill, the road should be just up here, and then the town should just be a little bit further along the road. I know a few years might prefer this style of video where I am by myself. A lot more solo commentary. Just me and my lovely sexy Geordie voice. Just kidding, I don't really think that. I'm not up my own arse. Like I say, I know a lot of you might prefer this and think, no, don't, please don't, RingoD123, do not go and do some more multiplayer. I want to see you play this game by yourself. And I can understand that. But being in a group does allow you to be a lot more adventurous with what you do in game. You know, if we're in a group, we can go and raid towns a lot more often, and find a lot more loot a lot faster, get tooled up and go and take on other stuff. So there is a lot of good benefits to running in a pack, and hopefully I'll be able to portray that in game, in video, for you to watch. So maybe if at the minute you might be thinking you prefer this, hopefully once you meet back up with the guys and you start watching those videos again, see how often we loot towns and dangerous positions and, you know, the general banter between each other, hopefully you'll change your mind and decide that you just prefer those ones. But like I say, I am still going to keep doing the odd solo stuff like this as well, because I really do enjoy the solo stuff. Even though it's pretty intense and pretty scary being by yourself, especially when you've got some good kit, as you've seen in previous videos in this series, you know, where I've been on Electro and you had all those gunshots going off all the time. We could see people in the fire station, in the tower. It was, you know, nail biting stuff. I mean, I'm sitting here, I was a nervous wreck. I don't feel too bad at the minute. I'm in the cover of the trees. I'm away from the coast. Away from the most dangerous of places. But you can't switch off. You've got to keep alert. You may not expect to find people when you go further north, but I tell you what, I've come across some players in some pretty strange places where I really didn't expect to find any. You know what it is? This place looks slightly familiar. I'm sure there's a deer hut along here somewhere, you know. That would be nice. Is it up here? I'm not entirely sure where it is, but this place looks familiar and I'm sure there's a deer hut. Let's get in the tree line. I don't want to be out in the open field. I'm sure somewhere around here. The only thing I'm not sure of is the exact location. There's a building along there. I'm not too sure if I'm going the right way, you know. I think that's the next town. Yeah. Yeah, I joined this road a bit sooner than what I thought, I think.